How would you feel?
I would not be. I'd be like defeated. I'd feel defeated.
If we did this to you?
Yeah. I would not be that excited about it.
Would you be mad?
It would be hard to be mad, but like, now what am I gonna do with this thing? And I just start breaking it down and putting it in the trash.
So you'd throw, if we put this in your house, you'd throw it away immediately. Oh shit!
Yeah, probably. Oh, that's perfect. In fact, I want it to stay there forever.
Brian.
Nice little plant here. That's nice.
How do you think Marcelo and Jess will like it?
I think we'll be helping him to dispose of it.
So you don't think it's art for art's sake as much as you think it's garbage for garbage sake?
I think one man's art is another man's garbage. I think that's definitely true. It has always been that way.
Do you think this is art to you?
I think, I think that we kind of made us a neat thing. I don't know that Marcelo's going to see it that way. I do think this is the right home for it right now.
Because where else is it going to go?
I mean, we could still take this down and leave it in that park with the succulents in it, but
what do you think?
I don't think that.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, I think that somebody's just going to, like, run by and kick it and disrespect it.
Yeah, but isn't that what Marcelo's going to do? Isn't that what you said you would do? I mean, if you're saying you wouldn't like it and you'd break it down.
I think we're going to get a better response from Marcelo than the park. And I still want to make it, I like leaving it for Marcelo as kind of a joke. Okay. I would still smile and, like, okay, great, if you left it in my yard.
So remember when Marcelo and I made the scavenger hunt?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yes, very much.
So then what's the difference between this and the scavenger hunt? This is ugly? Because clearly a lot of love went into this thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of love went into this. But see, that was what, and you know what, to be honest, that was what was so great about the treasure hunt. You said a lot of love went into it.
Right, it made you happy. It made
you. Also, you guys like went above and beyond with that one. I mean, like
by above and beyond, do you mean succulents?
There was a whole like activity involved. It was performance art.
Yes.
And with the pieces of paper were just fucking incredible.
Okay. There's attention to detail, which this thing does lack.
Yeah. It was also, in the end, what was I left with? A little treasure chest, and then, like, that's it.
With your change in it.
Yeah. And I kept it for as long as I could. I still have the pieces of paper. With this, Marcelo now has a monstrosity that he needs to, like, that needs to be dealt with.
Which is why, there's something to be said for leaving it in a public place and just having it be public art. Nobody's gonna move that thing because it's too big of a pain in the ass to move. And so it's basically gonna be a tiny table with succulents in it.
Are you telling me that you want to leave it in Los Feliz now?
I'm saying let's talk about it. What is the nature of this thing and why are we leaving it at Marcelo's house?
Because it's funny to leave things at your friend's house?
Yeah. Okay. Does that outweigh the idea of letting it be in, like, actually letting people actually enjoying it and inspiring curiosity and conversation amongst strangers? Because certainly people are going to figure out, like, what the fuck is that thing? Like, if we walked past it, wouldn't you talk about it?
I'd say, why'd somebody leave that pile of garbage right there?
Exactly.
So I think I'd rather do that at Marcelo. I think
Okay.
I think it has a better. It's for living at Marcelo's house is all for selfish reasons. It's entertaining to me.
Okay.
That we're gonna just leave a bunch of this. We made something. You and I made something with our hands that's fucking weird. It's totally weird, and we leave it at the park. That's it. It's over. It's done. Goodbye. Here we get a reaction. There's an audience here.
This was
an audience that, like, the other way it's like, performing for a black space. Like an empty space.
One of the things that, so if you'd watched my other movie, I made these flyers, right? And I made 6 of these flyers, and it basically said 6 flyers.
Okay.
And they're kind of nicely made, sort of. And it said, call somebody you love and tell them that you love them. A random stranger put this on your car, feel free to pass it along, yada yada. Yeah. It was like better just like laid out than that. There was some graphic design involved, but it was essentially like Be the change you want to see in the world is the message of it.
Yeah.
And I just put them on people's cars, and one of the weird things about making it was that, like, I had no way to track whether or not people actually did it. I just left them on people's cars and hoped for the best.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a kind of a cool feeling that I was just contributing without needing anything in return out of it. That I actually ended up getting kind of a lot out of it. It was super weird. Like, the act of putting something like that on somebody's car, I don't know who this person is, I don't know how they're gonna feel about it, they might just throw it away.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and that was kind of freeing.
Yeah. That's very interesting. You know, with our "You Park Like an Asshole" cards, we put the email on there, hoping that
Right.
not once has somebody emailed us.
No.
And that was kind of disappointing. Talking with a friend of mine, emailing, you know, I was saying that, like, telling about the red truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, you know, I took the karma on this one because I knew I wasn't going to get any money for it, really. So I took the karma and gave it to Tom, gave it away. And he said that the Bible says that karma's bullshit. That you shouldn't do anything and expect to have anything come back.
Right.
That's kind of a bullshit idea.
Yes.
And that's why I said putting it in Marcella's house is totally for totally selfish reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that, you know, I'm aware about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. My motivation is, you know,
selfish.
Absolutely.
Because you think it's funny to fuck with your friends.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's not a bad reason to do anything. It just it changes the.
It's a slippery slope. It's okay, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. It changes something from sending something out into the world just cause, like, hey, I built this with my hands and now it's just going to be free and it's not my responsibility anymore. It is out there.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, expecting a response out of it.
Left or right?
It's your call, buddy.
No, that's not fair.
It's totally your call. This project is fun because it forces you to make decisions like this.
Yeah. But I just made a decision.
You did. And what's your gut feeling about it? Did you make the right decision?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it's hard to really... You're asking me that question like it's like a big deal. Like, I don't fucking care. I've stated my case on why I think we should do it this way.
And you feel, and given the option, given the fork in the road,
I'd rather...
It's important to you to see how it ends, I think.
It is, and I also don't want to have to deal with trying to drag this thing across the street in the middle of that intersection.
Oh, we would have parked next to it. But...
All right.
I don't think laziness is... you can't claim laziness because you're going to have to deal with this thing eventually.
Yeah, but now we're right next to the dump.
Jesus. Okay, fair enough.